Hey everybody! Welcome back to Northernlion Plays Enter the Gungeon. I just want to go around the cycle here. Win, died on Lich Phase 2. Died on Lich Phase 2, died on Lich Phase 2, win. We're not putting down a shit track record lately. We're doing some pretty good work. And it's easy to just look at it and be like, alright, check mark, red X, red X, red X, check mark. But I think it's important to realize, in context, how close we are to actually being able to go all the way around the circle here. And that's not really like, my goal, ostensibly, for the series. It's not like, you know, hey, once we get a streak as every single character, like, or we win once with every single character consecutively, we're done. But rather, that's just like a symbolic milestone for myself, at least, to be like, hey, maybe we're actually, there's still an enemy alive, excuse me. Maybe, like, we're not actually bad at Gungeon. And I think that will be the point where I can look at myself in the mirror, I can say, son, I'm proud of you. You've done it. You've surmounted Gungeon in many ways. You might not have surmounted Gungeon to the same level as everybody else or anybody else, but you certainly didn't tap out like Mathis either. And for that, you can be proud of yourself. Let's come back. I would like to get this hard. I'm not happy with the damage that I took there. I'm just getting warmed up. I'm not in a video game mindset right now. It's just outside of all places. I gotta, you know, my heart rate's up a little bit. I gotta get myself back down into that zen state of, alright, let's play some video games, crunch some numbers. By the way, like, the worst case scenario happened to me after that last win. Playing Gungeon, get the charm horn, see the Metroid head room, which is actually the fairy room, and then say, why would I ever want to waste a key to go in there? Realize, as soon as I go back, check Twitter, as I'm wont to do, people say, hey, just so you know, from your last run, coincidentally also at a fairy room, said, that fairy room purges your curse. It doesn't heal you, or it doesn't just heal you at least. It actually purges your curse. So immediately I was like, I'm gonna win, or I did win. But I'm gonna get a lot of comments from people that are saying, hey dummy, you were so concerned about curse for the whole run, but you didn't realize the Metroid head fairy shrine, which is my favorite Swiss ski professional, Metroid head fairy shrine. People are saying, don't be silly, Northernlion, that sounds like a Czech name. But now I realize that I was being a little silly. We could have stolen with a little bit more reckless abandon. What are these? Speed up, dude. That's solid. And we got our secret room. Now, is it worth a blank to get a blank and a red heart? Yeah, I mean, why not, right? If we, well, let's see. We got to speed up, so that's a passive. If our next chest is brown, I think I'd rather go for the brown chest that also has armor associated with it than a brown chest that's guaranteed to be a gun. That might sound like a duh moment, but it's not really a duh moment, because we might want a brown level gun in some situations. If we really feel like we don't have anything capable of taking out the first floor boss, we might feel that way, but I don't know. We've got the crossbow, so I think we're in an acceptable position right now. But we'll probably be able to buy a key on the shop anyway, and then we could get both of them unlocked. But do we really want to spend a key to get a brown level chest? Probably not. Anyway, the whole point of this is, you know, I played, in hindsight, you know, there's no way I knew in advance, but in hindsight, played super suboptimally with that fairy room. We didn't lose. Pardon me. We didn't lose anyway, so it probably shouldn't matter, but table tech money for 50 credits. To be honest with you, the only time I would consider taking that is on the first floor. So I'm thinking about it, but we have to flip roughly 50 tables. I don't know if my math checks out there. We have to flip roughly 50 tables in order to make that happen. Is that worth it? Just to break even? What's the best case scenario? By buying that, we possibly miss out on being able to buy a consumable on the next floor, but we end up with 20 more credits by the time we get down to bullet hell. I almost feel that, you know, table tech money has no reason to exist. It's like a completely neutral item. You're not gonna lose big, but you're not gonna win big, and it's not even like a normalizing returns. It's just not gonna help, I think. We'll open the blue chest, obviously. It gives us the Anvilin. People were fairly salty that I insulted the Anvilin last time. Didn't necessarily mean to insult it. But the DPS on it, maybe, I'll admit, better than I'm giving it credit for. We could buy a key and go down to the oubliette. I'm kind of skeptical of that right now, but we'll see how it looks after we take out the Gatling gun here. Hopefully, having thrashed him is my guess. And maybe I'm missing something with table tech money, by the way. It wouldn't be the first time that, like, hey, yeah, you know, what it says on the tin is X, but also it has Y effect going for it, and Y effect is pretty good. You know, there's some inadvertent effect from it that's actually surprisingly good. Like, remember the Luckfoot in Isaac? It used to guarantee you exclusively good pills. And then the extra luck upgrade was just like a bonus. Now that it's been nerfed a little bit, it no longer gives you that luck upgrade, but at the same time... Or sorry, it no longer gives you the pill upgrade or the pill guarantee, but at the same time, it's still pretty darn solid. So we got the plunger, which I think is fine, and we also got the flawless. We also got 50 credits, which is a little ridiculous. Just take inventory quickly. We could go down to the oubliette, as mentioned. Left your broken heart open and you ripped it out. I mean, it's only 25 credits to go down to the oubliette, so I'll tell you what, let's freaking do it. I almost want to open the chest, because I think we could get a key out of that chest. It might have consumables, but don't think it's worth it necessarily. So we're going to go Rusty Sidearm, and we're going to go Plunger, and we're going to not take a whole bunch of damage, but the fact that we have 110 credits right now is really awesome. Hopefully we'll get keys dropped so we don't have to waste, you know, 60 credits buying keys down here, but you know what? They convinced me. And you know what really convinced me? Was the 50 credit drop from the boss fight. If we don't get that, I'm a little bit more skeptical about, whoa, almost got tagged there. If we don't get that, I'm a little bit more skeptical about going through the motions down here, but we did get that, so no worries. Good. Good. Probably one of the strongest times I've ever gone through that room. Okay, some of these enemies are immune. Oh, yeah. I rolled into him, and in my head I was like, well, if he shoots, this is going to be a pretty nasty situation. But if he doesn't shoot, I should be okay. Unfortunately, he shot. He shot. Oh, baby, when he moves, he moves. I'll go crazy because he looks like a flower, but he stings like a bee. I mean, you know, Ricky Martin, I get he's writing a pop song, but I do think it's unfair. She bangs, oh baby, when she moves, I go crazy, because she looks like a flower, but she stings like a bee. Yeah, I did that one to myself. That's fine, you know, Ricky Martin, you know the expression, don't write she bangs about crazy, but it seems like you did choose to write she bangs about crazy, and, you know, lesson learned. But then he says, you know, she looks like a flower, but she stings like a bee. Like every girl in history, Ricky Martin. Please, you're better than that. It's not fair to judge the entire, you know, female gender by the actions of just she who bangs, okay? Not every girl in history is gonna do you dirty like She Bangs girl did. I understand that later, Ricky Martin, you know, I was gonna say he outed himself. That doesn't make any sense. He came out as being gay. Perhaps he was ignorant. Perhaps he was frustrated, and he decided to take it out in that song. Perhaps someone else wrote the song for him and said, this song really feels like it would fit a Latin-esque vibe. Let's pass it off to Ricky. But either way, it's not okay. And I would like a formal apology on behalf of, honestly, planet Earth. And, you know, on that subject, the Eagles, I'm putting you on blast. Do you know how much damage you've done to the California tourism industry with your song Hotel California? A whole generation of world travelers growing up thinking that in California you can check out any time, but you can never leave. It's not okay. It's not okay. Let's head down here. Obviously, I'm being facetious. Origami, Plague Pistol, HP, Key. I'm not sweating anything here. I will say, kind of feels like there'd be a secret room adjacent to this shop, but we might want to keep 2 blanks for now, just because then if we get a blank drop, we can get to 3 blanks for the next floor, which obviously increases our chances of having a meaningful flawless. I don't think the Plague Pistol's that good. The Origami is pretty solid. I'm basically, you know, this is trial by fire. This will be the hardest floor until the Forge, I think. So mostly, my thinking right now is, you know, let's live and learn. We're learning a little bit about how I function here with the plunger. How to orient ourselves properly in the world to not get, you know, shat on by our own idiocy here. How to shoot the plunger properly so that I don't leave myself literally nowhere to dodge, as I sort of have right here, but it's dissipating. So far, so good. There we go. Third blank. So now we're actually, if we don't find the secret room, and it's possible we could find the secret room pretty easily, but if we don't find the secret room, we are incentivized to not use any blanks. Oh, he blanks! He blanks! But I would never say that he blanks like every girl in history. That's all I'm saying. Plenty of plunger ammo left. I was just taking a quick check. That one enemy that isn't poisoned is immune anyway, so no big deal. We will need to buy a key. That much is pretty much a foregone conclusion. This is rough. High rough. This is dead. Okay, keep it going. No, terrible mistake. Okay, you never want to do the 360 spin when you're using the plunger, dude. It's stylish, but it's the wrong decision. If the grenades can actually get poisoned, this is a great time to be us. Oh, there's a gun lord, though. Couldn't every enemy in Gungeon be called a gun lord? Probably. Some enemies are more bullet lords, I suppose, than anything else, but you picked 2 enemies. Didn't really matter what two. You know what? No, you don't deserve it. I was gonna hit you up with the anvilin. You don't deserve it. This guy might deserve it, but that's okay. We're not using our crossbow for anything else anyway, and likely will not use our crossbow for anything else for quite some time, so... Go back. Plunger. Rusty sidearm. Is this floor tough? It should be tough, honestly. Genius. This floor should be nasty. It should be a wake-up call, you know? This should be like taking an AP history class when you just came out of 6th grade. Should throw you for a little bit of a loop, is my thinking. Well, we can use the plunger to de-poison this thing a little bit. Not de-poison, sorry, like de-wick it if we had to. We can also use the plunger to wiki-wiki a wiki-wiki Wild Wild West the chest, Desperado, if we had to. But it doesn't look like that's going to give us too much value here, mostly because it's a nonsensical comment to begin with. Alright, I get it, okay? I'm a nasty dude who summons other nasty dudes who sometimes glitch out and hit you even though they shouldn't. I don't get poisoned, but could you just, like, put a cork in it? Because maybe you're not done with it, but I'm done with it. Stick a cork in it, I'm done. Crack a window, Willie. Just give me one more key drop. Like, I came down to the chest for a reason. So we'll take the anvilin. Again, the flawless, fairly irrelevant, except insofar as our HP ain't what it used to be. What it used to be. Taking off like 20% here. I think we're good. I mean, it helps if you can actually hit the boss. I find that improves your DPS fairly substantially. But it's getting the job done. The Blobulord, you know, is the one part of the oubliette that is actually easier than I think most other things on the second floor are. Like, I would probably rather fight the Blobulord on the second floor than even the Beholster. The Beholster is just a little faster, and the arena's a little smaller. The Blobulord is just like, it's a nice, easy after-dinner mint. Only one consumable is a big bummer there, but the light gun is totally fine. We still have some room to go here. We still have some room to grow here. And we've got some decisions to make. So the first decision is going to be, if we don't get another key... Oh, Jesus. If we don't get another key, what the heck are we going to open? And I guess the answer is whatever chest is better. But I'd rather not have to make a choice. If the choice is mine, I'd rather not have to worry about it, to be honest with you. Another red heart. We're back to full HP. Okay, feeling a lot better about that. Ooh. You know what? We're going to save 3 blanks to improve our chances of a flawless. Is there anything we want to sell? I don't believe so. I mean, like, we could sell the crossbow, but I think our odds of regretting it exist. Just checking, just checking. Because if there was the chance to get a, a key from our room, it might have been worth it. Okay, so we got white Guan Stone, kindles blanks. It's like occasionally gives us an extra blank or something. Increased blank. It grants its bearer an additional blank every floor. So now with 3 blanks, we actually should blank like crazy. Because we're going to have 3 blanks on the next floor anyway. Check here, I suppose. Oh! We found it. Holy crap. Who would have thought that subtle change in psychology from getting the white Guan Stone is actually going to allow us to open all the chests down here? I mean, we might as well use one more blank for something. Which is actually for nothing. It didn't really matter if we used it, but that's okay. Found our secret room. Got a key. And the key gave us the RPG. I gotta say, it's a fairly substantial bomber. Not bomber. That's what we picked up in the form of the RPG here. Fairly substantial bummer. We might, and I considered it for a second, but I was like, maybe we'll regret it. The RPG damage at least is okay. It's just like, you know, very slow to fire, and also pretty low ammo overall. I was like, maybe we should just sell it and never have to worry about it again. But I chose to keep it. It was a gift. It would just be poor form to re-gift it so early. I took some damage here, and I blame myself 100% for that damage, but it's also a pretty busy room to be starting out with here, you know? In Michael Jackson's magnum opus, you want to be starting something. He says, you know, if you want to be starting something, you gotta be starting something. And to be honest with you, I wasn't want to be starting something. So I'm not sure if he was talking to me in general there. So I think that the rest of the lyrics no longer apply. I will say, I feel like the Guan Stone pickup has got to be one of the better Guan Stones in the game. There's the one that improves your dodge in general. I think that one's also really good. And there's the one that gives you a red heart, I think. That one, assuming that's a real thing that I didn't just make up in my head, is also a great one. But 1 extra blank per floor, without having to spend like 80 on an ammo lit that may not even provide that for you to begin with, is also awesome. So I'm pretty stoked about that. One of the, you know, better green tier passives, I think, but, you know, you'd have to show me a list, honestly. That was terrible damage, dodged in exactly the wrong direction. And we probably do have to accept, at some point here, maybe the plunger is more trouble than it's worth. I'm probably hitting myself more than I would otherwise do. But maybe, you know, again, learning period. I do like the plunger probably gives us an extra floor or 2 to be able to use just our rusty sidearm to murder things. And I think that that is possibly of even more extreme importance than it may originally appear. The question really comes down to whether or not we get ammo drops with consistency from the Forge and beyond. If that's the case, then we can use whatever we want and not have to sweat it at all. If we don't get ammo drops, then every extra floor that we use our rusty sidearm is possibly like a huge improvement for us. We got another blank. 5 blanks is pretty ridiculous. I don't want to like put a limit on myself, but it means that we could use 2. Bracket key is 3. That's a little ridiculous. But it means that we could use 2 blanks on the boss, which is fairly standard. And then still have 3. Well, wait a minute. We're going to have 3 for the next floor anyway. It means we can use 1 blank on the boss and have 4 for the next floor, but I don't know. You know, once I get into that level of, like, min-maxing, I think for my own personal psychology, it's just better to focus on getting the flawless on this floor. Don't worry so much about, oh, let's set ourselves up for the flawless on the next floor. You know, we're getting a little too inside baseball there. Just one little quick poison splash is helpful, but apparently ghosts are immune to poison. Don't remember reading about that in the monster manual. Get ready, get ready, get ready. You're done. Alright, well, this guy's probably already toast. I don't know. I feel like I've played poorly on this floor. But I could use a little bit of a boost. And not just in morale terms. You know, I could use a little, like an extra room-clearing weapon or something. More ammo for the anvilin. Something to give us a little bit of an edge on this floor. But to be honest with you, never mind. We have 5 blanks. What am I talking about? We'll start with the anvilin. Might as well, like, completely deplete it. And we can hit the anvilin into the rockets as well. It's a positive thing. Okay, now we're empty. Do you use the RPG or do you use the light gun? Because, like, you know what? Those have got to go. Take the light gun as your backup for now and then use the RPG. My thinking is, like, the RPG is just so fucking bad. Look at how long it takes to reload. This is ridiculous. We should be using, like, the crossbow right now. Now, is the damage out of it decent? Yeah, okay. You got me. The damage out of it seems just fine. But you gotta hit. It's not homing, so if you miss, you're done. Takes 12 hours to reload. I guess in that way, it actually is sort of ammo efficient. Because you're never gonna have the stomach to use it for long enough to actually, you know, run out. Not to sneak diss the RPG or anything like that. Yeah. I think at this point, the RPG was a failure, and the sooner we acknowledge that, the better our chances become. I didn't know you could have 2 little baby beholsters on the fight at all times. We gotta get rid of this RPG. It's gotta go. We're back to full HP at least. We got the flawless. What in the world is this? Cat claw. Okay. It's like the sticky crossbow, sort of. I'm gonna save that as a boss killer because I'm not thrilled with our other boss killers right now. Perhaps you noticed that. I mean, the light gun I'm actually okay with, but I think I'd rather save it for a, you know, a later game room clearer, if you understand where I'm coming from here. And all of a sudden, I have heard on the subreddit that the cat claw is not that well respected. I'm not spending like all day on the Gungeon subreddit, but when I'm there, you know, I'm a long pooper. I like to do some reading. Take this. I don't think I'm gonna look for a secret room. I'm coming to terms with the fact that I think the secret room is less valuable than having more blanks for peace of mind later in the game. So we have for other boss fights, so you can flawless them, hopefully. But we're gonna open this green chest. That's about it. Take 4 blanks down to the next floor, have a good chance to get a flawless. Keeping in mind how important an HP upgrade is relative to your average brown chest, I think it seems fair to me. Hazmat suit makes us immune to poison. Actually pretty big. Just checking. What do you... Okay. Now, that was a little bit of like a Pyrrhic victory, but I'll take it. Look at that. We did find the secret room. I don't even want to say we found it on intuition, because we basically found it on luck. But, we opened the right chest, I think. Hazmat suit totally absolves me of feeling bad about using the plunger. Now we're not going to hurt ourselves with it. The secret room, you know, it cost us a slightly better chance of the flawless. It gave us some armor. Not a great trade unless we have, like, blasphemy or something that needs to be protected. But it's also not the world's worst trade. 24 minutes in, we're only on the 3rd floor. Definitely a slower run than is the norm. Or than I'd like it to be, at least. But that's alright. And now, our life becomes very simple. We don't have to worry about You know, the angles with which we're banking shots off the wall with the plunger, we just pretty much go to town. Spin in 360 degrees. Anything that can be poisoned will likely be poisoned. And we got a nice little, you know, effectively just lowers the HP of enemies on each room. So I'm quite happy to roll with this. In fact, I imagine all these enemies are probably dead, but our other gun, the rusty sidearm, has unlimited ammo, so who cares? We're gonna take anvil and ammo, because I feel bad about disrespecting it earlier. I feel like that guy should not be immune to poison when he's underground. Maybe I'm just being a little, you know, biased. I mean, I'm not the one who's living underground, so I can understand why he would feel differently about it. Maybe there's some enzymatic reactions down there I'm not familiar with. Who knows, man? There you go. Just keep the poison going strong. You know these enemies are done. You know these enemies are done. Even if they don't know it before the devil knows they're dead, they're dead. 163 credits. What do you got for me, shop man? Ooh la la. So, I think that the blood brooch is incredible. Yeah, it comes with curse. I think the badge is really good. Yeah, it comes with curse. I think we're gonna buy the key as well, because we already went pretty hard on that shop, but I'm actually very pleased with this. Of course, you know, get ready for jammed enemies. They're gonna be coming at us with abundance now. However, I stand by this decision, much like Rob Reiner's classic 1983 film starring Will Wheaton and River Phoenix. Once we get the damage upgrade, we're also going to take light gun ammo, I suppose. Once we get the damage upgrade from the badge, we're going to be in a great spot. Although I think, now that I think of it, the damage upgrade from the badge may actually come with some extra levels of curse. You will hear some colorful language fly out of me if we hit 10 levels of curse from picking up 2 items. I'll tell you that much. And if you say technically it's 3 items, you're going to hear a lot of colorful language coming out of me there. No, you don't understand. I just bought the badge just to get the badge. I didn't want the vengeance from the kill. I just wanted the badge itself. Not YV, but definitely we will do this. Offer a blood sacrifice. Oh god, it's more curse. Sacrifice accepted. Sacrifice accepted, dude. Okay. I don't know what that was supposed to be. Maybe that was like a Morty impression from Rick and Morty? Shit, dude. I don't know. Let's do it. Maybe try the cat claw at least. We got 3 blanks. Don't be afraid to go with it. Someone explain to me why these are not exploding. They're exploding. Seems a little underwhelming as a boss killer. So I'm going to endeavor to do a little anviling work here, I think. Honestly, we're on pace for the flawless right now. And of course, I'd love the flawless because, you know, I spent HP on this floor. On the blood sacrifice directly. However, I'm a little bit more concerned with curse, honestly. I forgot that the blood sacrifice gives us curse. And I'm very scared that when I pick up, after this police officer dies, when I pick up vengeance, we're gonna be in a terrible spot. But maybe you lose curse when the police officer dies because you're technically losing an item that was cursed to begin with. And then, whoa, that was faster than I expected. And then, when you pick up vengeance, you're just getting that old curse back. But if you're gonna talk to me and be like, oh, obviously that's what it is. Look, there's a lot of behind-the-scenes sort of weirdness that seems arbitrary to me in Gungeon that I really do not think is obvious at all. I think it takes a, you know, you're really discounting yourself when you say that that's obvious. I think it takes a good deal of practice to get to that level. Speaking of which, Cannon Balrog gets flawless. We get Shades' revolver, nothing wrong with that. This guy's still kicking it as well. 22 credits, actually not that bad. So we're gonna go plunger. Gonna go rusty sidearm. Might start using Shades' revolver as early as the next floor, honestly. Now the other caveat, or the other thing we should be noting, is that, you know, even if we don't get... Oh, fudge. It would have taken 1 HP anyway, I guess. Even if we don't get, you know, the angriest demon of all time chasing us, we're still gonna have, like, an awful lot of jammed enemies. I mean, we're seeing it right now. 1 jammed enemy per room, more or less. That's not even that bad. Because these enemies are easy. When we start getting some truly nasty jammed enemies, that's where I think life's gonna become a bit of a mess. Okay, that was actually the dumbest damage I've taken the whole run so far. This guy's jammed as well? Come on, dude. Don't be silly. At least we're getting lots of HP back. But I will be the first to... Oh my god. I will be the first to tell you. I'm a little concerned. I think maybe I've overdone it on the curse. But know that the ones from the curse shop were on purpose. The one from the blood sacrifice I just forgot about. But maybe the damage is worth it, man. Maybe the damage is freaking worth it. Maybe I'm amazed by the way you trade me wrong from right. I thought maybe. Get lucky on the secret room. No reason to save 1 blank. 30 minutes here, roughly halfway through the run, in some ways. Jolter, I think, is a great gun. And will be an adequate room clearer as we move on here. But what are we going to use for our first room clearer? Maybe Shades' revolver, honestly. It's not bad. It's that not bad. I want to, like, don't let me mince words here, but it is so not bad that I would consider using it. I know. Heady praise from the true Gungeon master, Northernlion. It's so not bad. How not bad is it? It's so not bad. I'd consider pressing right bumper with it to shoot enemies until they died. That's the nicest thing anyone's ever said about me. Thank you, Guan Stone, for breaking, like, half of those bullets. And fuck you, Guan Stone. Where were you on that one? You dumb garbage lord? Nah, we're good. Well, goodish. Still stacked pretty well on passives here. I don't mind this version of a champion. You know, the shots are still going to do double damage. No change in that, but it's a relatively weak enemy to have to deal with. Wonder if jammed enemies are more likely to drop things, or if they're likely to drop more things, if that makes sense. If so, that would be, you know, maybe some compensation here. And like 3 floors later, we are finally probably due for some extra ammo for the plunger. And honestly, there's no reason not to use it on every single room. It's like a very ammo... Oh, no. Well, we've extinguished it, but there's no way to open it because I spent my key. Yeah. There's ammo. There's blanks. I found the secret room. I looked down here and I said to myself, Self, that looks like it could be a secret room, but there's no key in there. So I think we just have to accept it is what it is. We cannot open the red chest. And honestly, that's what I get for opening the other chest first. I saw a green chest and said, it's good enough. Should have waited. Should have waited. Alright, starting on this floor, I think we're going to go plunger, Shades' revolver. Just want to minimize the amount of damage we've taken. I want to point out, by the way, we flawless the first 3 Actually, we flawless the first 4 bosses, but the Blobulord does not count. Not arbitrarily, but because he doesn't give you the HP upgrade. Yeah, good job. Use the virus on enemies that don't take poison damage. Smart call, smart call. Well, we're hoping for a lot of ammo drops because Smiley's revolver I forgot. Without Shades' revolver, pretty low on ammo. There's a key, that's a good thing. Lots of consumables as well. Or lots of credits, I should say. Kinda took brass balls to stay in here, but we done? I think we're gonna get you, dude. I think we're gonna get you. We got you. Oh, blank as well. So far, so good. I mean, as ridiculous as this sounds, maybe even a little greedy, I'd really like to get the flawless on this floor. Only 2 shots, though. I'd really like to get the flawless on this floor because, wow. How did we not get hit? We gave away 1 HP to the blood sacrifice. Now, was it worth it? Without a doubt. As long as we don't get a demon chasing us, I think we're relatively in the clear. Oh, Jesus. However, I think there is cause for concern at the very least. Yeah, I rolled backwards. I should have rolled sideways. Don't think of this as a throw yet. Hunt complete. It's been a while since we've seen that phrase. Still got a few more achievements to unlock. We still got to kill more enemies from inside of minecarts. That's like my least favorite achievement. Kill enemies from inside of minecarts. What is this? It's a Small World ride at fucking Disney World. Let's enter the Gungeon. Should be shoot 12 enemies with a minecart. With a gun that shoots minecarts. Think about it. Okay, we're done with this room. Found our shop. Almost out of Smiley's or Shades' revolver's ammo. Should probably consider, you know, if we get more ammo for this, not using it. My thinking there is just, it's a little too precious this early to be busting all that ammo out. I don't think what else are we going to use? We could use the light gun. I mean, the light gun's pretty good. For some reason, I thought that was the police officer. I guess almost everything we have for room clearing is, like, pretty good at this point. The Chloranthy ring is very solid. A key is probably more important, but the Chloranthy ring is very good as well. I mean, the other thing, we could just do plunger crossbow for a while. Save the Shades' revolver or Smiley's. It doesn't matter which revolver it is. Can't be honest with you. Gun Muncher, honestly, bear with me. RPG, kind of shitty. Cat Claw, didn't really tickle my fancy that much. It's a bold gamble, but it's a bold gamble. I'm hoping for a bold return. It's the Void Marshal? Yeah. I think the Void Marshal is actually okay. Hey, Ruka, be careful what you wish for, buddy. It's hot as heck in here. I know, you're trying to escape the oboe. It's not cat-friendly at all times, but at the same time, with the dope rhymes that I kick, you know when I know, I float some old funky shit. Come on, dude. How many crossbow bolts can one disembodied demon head take? Not this many, I think. We do have 1 key available. So we could get away with buying the Chloranthy ring. Guess the larger question just ends up being, what do you value more? The Chloranthy ring or a second chest? And the only way to answer that question, in all honesty... Oh, no more blanks. Please stop firing at me. Tomo, you want to come in too, buddy? Welcome. It's going to be real hot in here. The only way that we're going to be able to answer that question is if we see what the caliber of both of the chests are. Look at this smug-ass corgi. So we got a green and a blue, right? No, we haven't seen our other one? What's your problem? You saying it's hot in here? I know it's hot in here. I got the door closed. It's almost August. It's the hottest month of the year, although for much of my life I thought it was July. It probably depends on where you live. If you live in Australia, you're like, the July? Mate. The hottest month of the year. It's not... Look, I'm not trying to insult you with my impersonation. Would it be any less insulting if the impersonation was good? Probably not. So I'll just say, I'm ignorant. Let's get this over with. Ruka, you cannot climb up here when Dad's slaying enemies in Enter the Gungeon, okay? In fact, I don't like you on there at all. We got 2 boxes. We got 2 cats. I know your brain's the size of a hazelnut, but I could rely on you to do that math, I think. Okay. Do this room without taking damage. That means... What do you mean, do this room without taking damage? Does it do this room without taking damage? Because if it's do the other room without taking damage, I got news for you. Oh, mission accomplished, buddy. There's no enemies on there. That was weird. This is the first time I've ever seen them sequestered from one another like this. What do you got for me, buddy? Bloody eyes, slower enemy bullets. My feline friend, I see ya. Tomo, you're the nice cat. Ruka, why are you causing trouble? You want to jump behind my monitor? You want to eat my acoustic foam? You're not allowed, okay? We're not going to open this curse chest, by the way, because, are you kidding me? I'm pretty sure we might be on, like, 15 levels of curse as is. Obviously not 15, but you know what I mean. Yeah, why not? Go for it, right? Anvilin, we got 26 bullets. It's been pretty good to us. It's a jammed wallmonger. He has to die quickly. We've learned our lesson. We got biohazard suit. We can stand in the middle. We know that the jammed wallmonger is a little bitch. He's going to very quickly move towards us. Thank you, Guan Stone, for making me not roll through that, by the way. Where were you on that one, buddy? If he gets us to the bottom of the screen, we will die. So we really... Oh, it's empty. Next choice, just go light gun, my dog. And I figured, why take any risk at all? You know, use the blanks. We got a lot of blanks. We really want the flawless. That was actually surprisingly easy. I don't love that we're coming up against jammed enemies at this point in time. It scares me a little bit. Demon Head is like the definition of okay. Well, it's a long freaking walk backwards. We flawless the first four bosses. Do I think we have a great chance against the Dragon? No, I think we have an okay chance against the Dragon. That seems fairly pointing on par for the course. I think we can buy a Chloranthy ring and a key. We need plunger ammo. We could probably benefit from Anvilin ammo. Let's see if we can make those dreams come true. But we got a little bit of floor left to us here. Let's keep in mind, sure, last run, maybe we weren't balling out of control with what we had in the last run. Honestly, I can't remember. That was 20 minutes ago. Just be careful here. But last run, we also had an uncharacteristically strong bullet hell. And by strong, I mean strong in the way that's good for us. You know, strong enough for a man, but made for a Northernlion. Might as well look for secret rooms at this point. I can't believe we're actually going to run out of plunger ammo. That's a great sign. That's like emptying your retirement fund the day you die. It means you at least you used it, right? But I do want more ammo though, because I'm not dead yet. Blue chest. We got blue chest, blue chest, blue chest. That's not that good. Blue chest, blue chest. I guess we'll open one blue chest. We might be able to open the other one, but the question is, would we rather do that or would we rather save? You know, save our keys for the next floor. I mean, a blue chest is not likely to be that great, but let's take a quick stab at it. Okay, utility belt is pretty good. Probably a little late to get all the value out of utility belt that I might want, but no secret room. 68.38. So we actually cannot buy both. We're two credits short of being able to buy both. What do you buy? I think you get the Chloranthy ring, honestly, and I think you should be happy to do so. Oh, we killed it? What happened? All right, yeah, sure. Let me, whatever. So we got Vengeance, extra damage. We're not going to open the other curse thing because I think that may kill us. My cat friend. Slow your freaking roll. Your brain is all a twitter right now because of the high notes being hit on the oboe. Just relax yourself. Don't bite me on the thumb. What a weirdo. Okay. Here we go. Every weapon we pick up from this point onwards is going to be slightly better because of utility belt. So that's why, like, I was fairly whelmed. Not overwhelmed, not underwhelmed. Just pretty whelmed with that item. And if we end up holding 2 actives, you know, even better. We are kind of in a bit of a strange spot, absent that. What I mean by that is, we're kind of like in between strong and weak. We're going to keep it on the low. We're going to keep it discreet because I'm not the type of kid to have my biz in the streets as well. Well, that was easy enough. We do have a speed upgrade and the Chloranthy ring, so... You know what? Coming up next, it's the Void Marshal. I decided to use a blank there because I'm not that concerned about the Flawless on the Dragon. More concerned with crushing this floor as it stands before me. Oh, ammunition. I mean, the Anvil seems tempting, right? But I think you gotta say, let's get 95% ammo refilled for the fucking plunger here. It's a universal help. Wow, be a little careful here. No matter what we use on each room, we're probably gonna open with some plunger plays. So it's really gonna, by taking ammo for the plunger, first off, it's gonna last forever. Secondly, it's gonna make every other gun use less ammo. That's a dope support weapon right there, if I've ever seen one. Easy enough. You know what? Looks like I can't get in there, so I don't really care. We were unlikely to get enough keys to make something happen there regardless, so I'm not gonna worry about it. This room's sort of hell. It's like a pseudo-hell. And the Void Marshal's halfway out of ammo already, but that's okay. We got other options. Come on, this guy's gotta be dead. We got vengeance. We got blood sacrifices. We got chills. They're multiplying. Well, I think this will be the highest level curse we've ever had and still possibly won if we win this run. So I think there's something to be... Yeah, just run right into him. What's the problem? I think there's something to be said for at least the possibility of that. And I'm really starting to appreciate the how much curse can devalue a run, if that makes sense. I think, you know, cursed items tend to be quite good as long as you take the ones you want. The ones that you want, you are the ones I want. But I think also at first the temptation is just go for it, man. Who cares? Champion enemies, you know, they shoot bullets just like any other enemy. All you gotta do is dodge them, right? Well, sort of. But they also suck up a lot of extra ammo. It's gonna cause you some troubles. Hate this. Hate this, but we got him. Alright. Almost out of Void Marshal ammo. Wow, it's the fucking Dragon. That's a surprise. I guess we should fight him right now. Start using the Jolter. DPS output is pretty good here. A Flawless is unlikely. Thank you for starting with the attack that I, like, guaranteed have to use a blank on, by the way. Really appreciate that. It's a big help. So obviously, you know, we got a lot of exploring left to do on this floor. We want to see, the forge. I'd like to see both chests. I mean, I feel like we've got a nice, juicy, active item slot open right here that has not seen play over the course of the entire run so far, so... Now remember, frame rate dip. Maybe a little frightened there. But remember, you got the power of the Chloranthy ring. Sometimes you just seem to get lucky when it comes to the way the bullets shake out. How are you not? Look, that's bullshit. We all know that's bullshit. I'm just the first one to point it out. You tell me the Jolter doesn't kill that guy? You think I'm taking shots at this, jammed SMG Lord over here? You're out of your dang gourd. Alright. He died the way nature intended. I think we should honestly open by shooting the... Oh, we already got rid of the RPG. Disregard. Fuck it, dude. Demon Head. Now, want, if possible, the Guan Stone to crack some of these bullets open. We're out of blanks. If we get hit, you know, we put the fucking time in. We did the old college try. What I mean to say is we're doing our darndest. We don't really have, like, every other weapon fits the same purpose. Every other weapon is a pistol that is like a good room clearer, but I don't really give a shit as a boss killer, so, like, I'm not excited about using it against the heart here. Cat, now is not the right time to make friends. You're gonna bite my microphone cord? Is that that's your magic plan right now? Ruka! I mean, sometimes people are like, Northernlion's pretty bad at video games. And then I'm like, yeah, okay, maybe I'm not as good as Person X or Person Y, but does Person X have to babysit 2 cats and also themselves while playing? And they're like, no, they locked them out of their office because they're a professional. And I'm like, look at this cute face! Look at this cutie's face, and you're gonna tell me you kick him out of my office? He's my mascot, he's my moral support. Don't you dare say his brain's the size of a hazelnut, no matter how biologically true it may or may not be. So this is a little bit of a landmark. We flawlessed every single boss thus far. All that's left is the Lich, no problem. Honestly, I'm a little scared about our ammo, so I'm going to use the budget revolver for a while here. Rusty sidearm, whatever. Patriot's pretty good. I don't think we're going to be able to afford it, but if it comes down to being between the machine pistol and the airstrike, or napalm strike, we'll probably go napalm strike just so we have an active item. But a gun would be nice, and I really think the Patriot is a good one. Like, it solves our boss woes instantly, I think. Because we just use that on the boss, and it will absolutely destroy all 3 phases with 500 bullets. Whoa, ha, almost got me there. Ruka, you gonna meow, buddy? Ruka. I think he wants to meow. Ruka. Ruka. No meow, just a head turn to the side. Alright, well, I mean, we used a lot of Void Marshal ammo, but I also feel like the Anvilin did some good work for us. So I'm not going to use that as my room clearer. That's going to be like my backup boss killer if I get no other options. Now, if we could pick up Void Marshal ammo, or actually just flat out buy the heroin or something like that, then that changes things. A key. That's good. I don't think we want to buy it, or we want to get it yet, just so we can still get one from the shop if possible. We don't really stand to lose by doing so. This is a bad place. Yeah, just keep shooting down here. You're gonna get one, eventually. Oh, I'm the world's greatest player until I revealed my true idiotic self, but still. Fuck this room, though. Yo, big ups to the Guan Stone, just providing a physical layer of defense in these trying times. Not today. Alright. So we can go back and get a key, open that blue chest. Ruka! Oh, yo, after I say those nice things, you try to climb behind and eat my acoustic foam, huh? I don't think so, buddy. I don't think so. Just sit on that HTC Vive box and act like you've forgotten about that area. Okay, I rolled right into that. It's another pretty bad situation. But it's only bad insofar as I really do not want to lose HP before going down to bullet hell. Alright, well, mission accomplished. It's honestly substantially easier once we take that enemy out of the equation, because he's firing bullets quickly. This guy's firing bullets quicker than I'd like, but still pretty slow in the whole overall scheme of things. But I'll admit, you know, the level of jammed enemies here, the amount of jammed enemies is kind of ridiculous. But at the same time, need I remind you, we do have Blood Brooch. So we're probably going to gain, like, this is the first time we're going to spend any length of time considerably. Hey! Oh, this is a bad cat. That's what this is. You want to climb back here? I'll give you something to climb about. Let go of those. Let go of those. Those are cords. You get down there. Get in the box. The auto zone. Alright. I'm sorry you had to hear that. Don't put your tail on Tomo's face just because you're sad that you can't go to your secret treehouse. The cat tries to eat the acoustic foam. This is the thanks I get for trying to save its dang life. If you're wondering why I sound so nice, you're like, oh, I finally figured it out. It's the acoustic foam. That's right. It's not my my larynx or my pharynx or the riddle of the Sphinx. If you actually take that acoustic foam out of here, it doesn't sound like this. Not that there's anything wrong with this. Ooh, diddle my daddy hole. I don't know, that didn't come out right, but based on my choice of diction, I don't think there was any way that it could have come out right. But I guess no matter what voice you say it in, the expression, diddle my daddy hole, probably is not going to come out quote-unquote right either way. Okay, very lucky to just not take damage there. I think we gained a little HP back. I think it's possible at least. I think we should also just hide. Wow, that was horrible. But we did gain HP at some point because we're down to 4.5. We entered this room at 4.5, I think. Still, I should be using this as an opportunity to gain HP. Not just keep ourselves, you know, solid. But that's, you know, Blood Roach. Blood Roach is here, and it's like the whole point of this item. Create these opportunities from whence, you know, mistakes be got. Dude, how many times, how long do you have to be poisoned before you just fucking die? It's a little ridiculous here. They'll get as far away from that as you can. That's what happens when you get enemies that don't want to get poisoned. Oh my god. Look, I get it. You want to break my chest. You can't break my chest. We were already done the last run by this point. So you'll forgive me if I'm getting a little salty with the situation here. Salty's not the right word. I feel, you know, like fairly on the level right now. But I'm getting a little exhausted, you know. It's going to be like a 90, well, probably like an 80-minute run. 90 might be a little ridiculous. Still got tons of plunger ammo left, which is good. Alright. We could buy the forge. We can't buy a key. So, when I said buy the forge, it's a little exhaustion talking. What I mean by that is we could buy the, okay, get out of here. We could buy the Patriot. I think we could buy the Patriot at least. We could also buy ammo for maybe the Void Marshal. Just want to go speak to this man again before we make our final decision. We can't buy it. Okay, so I think you buy ammo and the airstrike and maybe HP. We still have to open the green chest as well, but that's pretty unlikely to change things. But oh, you have no idea how salty I'm gonna be if inside of this green chest there's a better active. You got no idea. Will it be my own fault? Absolutely. I'll cry myself to sleep later. That's a passive. Red Guan Stone. So now between the Red Guan Stone and the Chloranthy Ring, we can spend the whole run dodging here. We'll dodge ourselves right into oblivion, I bet. But okay, what's going on here? I think you buy the ammo. We won't be able to afford anything else. Is it worth it? Buying the ammo for the Void Marshal? I think it is, yeah. The other thing we could have done is maybe, you know... Nope. There's nothing else we could have done. So, let's pick up the HP that's left over here. Apart from that, our big thing is... Go down to the next floor. Play loose. Play fast. Well, you know, fast and loose is usually a bad thing. But if loose means good, then sign me up. Oh, we can't get that. Alright. I think you shoot the other chest just to be sure, you know? You want to check and see if you can get something out of it. This thing's still ticking, huh? Junk. We're gonna be extremely quick. And this dodge might be a little too powerful, to be honest with you. It might almost be a bad thing, but I'm okay with that. If this is how it has to be, then this is how it has to be. I wonder if we can make this jump. I think we can make that jump. We're gonna have to aim a little better, but I think we can make it. Told you. Alright. So, the Void Marshal becomes our room clearer. I expect it to probably only get us through maybe a third to a half of bullet hell, unless we get some ammo drops. And then it'll add on a few rooms every ammo drop, depending on when they drop. We got some okay backups. Some of them even have ammo. But I don't expect this to be insanely easy. I do think we should open every single room with an airstrike, if it's available. We bought it. For the first time, we have an active item. It would be a pity to not use it properly. Prepare yourself as well, because we are going to deal with a bevy of jammed enemies. But really, what's the big deal here? I think the big deal is play well, and we'll be thusly rewarded. We got the Blood Brooch. You know, we got the Plunger, effectively lowering enemy HP. We got good damage as a result of a couple of passives. Look at that, even getting a little more HP in the process. Wow. That was really good. More of this, please. Okay. I'm learning something. Oh, you are a lucky shot, mister, I'll tell you that much. I'm learning something about ourselves in this run, and that's that we can get real close to an enemy before we have to dodge out of the way. That's still fine. Now, these enemies shoot to miss. Be ready for that. Also, keep in mind you can use an airstrike to destroy bullets. I think there's possibly an extraordinary amount of value in that. But I've got to prove that. Good work. Okay, I think this is probably the wrong way. It looks like it's the wrong way, so I'm going to come down this way. Just making smart decisions. Not just mindlessly, you know, walking my way through the game. If any one of these guys is a jammed enemy, one airstrike is not going to do it, so we got to be prepped for that. Okay, this guy's got to go. 70 bullets left in the Void Marshal. Life's going to get a little harder once we can't use that anymore. Wow, I got stuck on one of their corpses, I think. Actually, you know what? Now that I look at it, it might have been the wall's architecture. I got to take some responsibility for that. Well, I mean, like, something's got to give at some point on this run. What? The bullet grazed me and kept going? I don't know, game. I don't know. I take a little issue with that one. But you know what? You've been relatively kind to me with the Blood Brooch so far, so wow, with one bullet left. I'm gonna say that that's my bad, and we'll move along here. You guys get poisoned, right? That's great news. Also, can I just say a little unsung hero moment here? Big ups to my boy Biohazard Suit for keeping me safe from my own bullshit. We definitely would not have had as lucky a time right now were it not for this incredibly pertinent passive. Am I deliberately summoning lots of plosives? Yes, I'm purposely picking particularly plosive phrases. What? That guy spawned literally on top of me. I guess that's the way the world works right now. They don't even wait until you're dead to bury you. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. I'm just trying to think of something dramatic they might say in like The Wire or something like that. Oh, half a heart. Dude, the HP drops combined with the Blood Brooch lifesteal have been very helpful. Now, if I know anything about this fucking room, is that it can take both of my nuts in its mouth and suck them until it feels like it's not even for my pleasure. It's mostly just as a display of like Animal Kingdom-esque dominance. Like, this room is garbage. Blood Brooch did so quietly. Did nothing. We're at full HP. Can I do my job? No, Blood Brooch, it's not your time to shine yet. How about now? No, I'm too busy flawlessing bosses. Finally, we get down to bullet hell. Blood Brooch knows it's my time. The world is yours. And it's doing everything in its dang power to stay there. But also, like, holy shit. These rooms, though. Okay, 2.5 HP is real bad. Bloodbrooch, I was just talking you up. You gotta meet me halfway here. And by halfway, I mean you gotta do, like, a lot of work immediately. These rooms get a lot tougher when jammed enemies just don't die quickly. Which is, you know, fairly par for the course. Now, we just keep taking Void Marshal ammo. I'm betting a lot on this item. Is it holding up its end of the bargain? I have a hard time saying no right now. It fires quickly. That shot bounced off the fucking Guan Stone. That would have been a real annoying way to take damage. Every third fucking enemy is jammed. My bad for overdoing it on the curse a little bit. I didn't know. It wasn't me. It was the one-armed man. I think maybe you'd go Jolt. I don't know about that, though. Hey, maybe Shades' revolver? I mean, Jolter was good, but was it that good? Was it blow the doors off good? I don't know. I'm still feeling confident, though. Confident-ish, at least. Oh, so good. Any enemy with a red gun, I do not mind using a solo airstrike to take him. I would also shake him up, shake him up, shake him up, shake him. Roll him in a circle of people. Watch me break him with a 7. Perhaps a 7-11. Perhaps a 7-11. Maybe even Backdoor Little Joe. I don't know what this means. I've never played dice. No one will invite me to their games because I keep quoting the song. This room is like a dream come true. How is it that we've encountered a room that only has one jammed enemy? Oh, disregard. Okay, create a little safe corner. There are now many jammed enemies. I don't think this guy got poisoned. One enemy. Oh no. It had to be one of you, didn't it? It worked. Yeah, you know what? Fuck you, Void Marshal ammo. We're up to 3.5 HP. Haven't really been paying attention to our HP. Luckily, it's been paying attention to me, right? Big plays. We're riding the fucking lightning right now. I don't know what that means either. People won't invite me to their Metallica parties because I keep quoting the song. I will say, we paid a heavy, heavy price for being relatively safe right now. And that heavy, heavy price is the 2 blanks we've used. Those blanks tend to be pretty useful once we get down to the, you know, the Lich fight. I just want these guys to die of poison. Is that so much to ask? Reload! Oh no, not you! Maybe I should have targeted the other enemy, but this guy being dead means it's easier for me to focus on this guy with my actual shots. Just one guy, right? Start with one guy. Blanket the screen with poison. Of course there's one jammed. You know, honestly, I shouldn't complain. One jammed is probably like a fucking dream come true. Oh my god. We kept him dazed and confused. Oh, we're up to 5 HP! You might say we're getting a little lucky here. You might say, oh, carried by Bloodbrooch. Yo, you realize the reason every fucking second enemy we're fighting is jammed is because of Bloodbrooch? There's this terrible synergy going on here that we're a part of. We're benefiting from it, but we're also directly paying the cost. We gave ourselves the disease, and now we're providing medicine, okay? Thank God for Blood Brooch, for all this HP down here, and for all these fucking Void Marshal ammo drops that on an average run would have no business existing. It's a dead end, but I feel so much better about the way things are going here. Wouldn't mind another ammo drop, I'll just be honest about that. Look, I'm a red-blooded North American male. I like me some ammo drops. Anyone who doesn't is a dang liar, I'll tell you that much. Alright. No one is getting summoned on this room. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Several of us are not leaving this. Dude, what are you doing? The Void Marshal is out of ammo. Repeat, the Void Marshal is out of ammo. We just took Shades' revolver ammo. That's fine. That's an adequate room clear. We're up to 5.5 HP. The dream is real. That was a lovely circumstance and situation. I was going to say that would be the easiest room we've ever done if that was it. Thank you so much for your help. That was amazing. We're going to take Void Marshal ammo. I don't know, though. Shades' revolver kind of earned itself another trip to the show here. Oh, I rolled. But I rolled a little too late, and it burns me. Because you know we could have made it there with the Chloranthy Ring Guan Stone combo. You know we had it in us. The knockback is our true friend here. Because no matter how strong your... Oh, we found the boss. No matter how strong your HP is, you're still going down, son. And villain. We got one blank. I cannot stress enough the importance of dodging. You know the media empire, the importance of being earnest, scared, stupid? The importance of dodging here cannot be overstated. With only one blank, we're in a bit of a narrower window, although we do have a lot more HP than the usual Lich fight. And villain's doing good work, and I hope that this is a nice, like, consolation for those of you who were annoyed that I wrote the Anvilin off a couple episodes ago and was like, yeah, DPS kind of sucks. I saw your snarky comments, and you know what? Rather than be offended, I chose to internalize the criticisms implicit in there, and I have used them to great effect. And look at that. First phase of the Lich fight already done. Oh, you found a blank. You shouldn't have. I know what you're thinking. NL. Don't get above your station. You think there's any fucking chance you flawless every single boss? Pfft, that'll be the day. Who do you think you are? Austin? Okay, disregard. I was gonna get really cocky and then hopefully succeed and feel really good. I realize. Hey, no big deal. Just a jam version of the Lich. Yeah, we got hit. But you know what? If there's ever a boss to get hit by, I think it's the worst phase of a boss that's also jammed. And we do have a blank. Do not fear the blank. It's very sensible, in my opinion, to use a blank on a jammed boss that is also the final boss of the game. Seems about like just the most sensible goddamn idea you've had in your entire life. We're entering the third phase of the Lich fight. It's a minute and 12 seconds, or sorry, it's an hour and 12 minutes into the run. Sometimes I thought we'd never reach this moment. But here we are. What do you do here? Why not Demon Head? It's doing decent damage. It's not gonna light him on fire or anything, but it's decent damage. Our incredible dodging ability almost puts us at like a little bit of a disadvantage. Except when we break every single bullet on the screen and then just go buck wild and melt his HP. Like he's freaking Slimer over here. We also built up the next airstrike charge. is almost all the way there. Okay, just give us, what do you want to go with now? I guess we'll go with the Jolter. I mean, we got it. I want to point out, we were one hit away on the Lich from flawlessing every single boss. But apart from that, it's not like I'm bragging or anything. That's 2 wins in a row, and I think you got to admit that one was very, very solid. Feels good. We babysit some cats, Tomo. Thanks for sticking it out, buddy. Couldn't have done it without your moral support. Ruka, thank you for the fire in my belly needed to surmount this run. You'll never know how important to the situation you truly were. But in the end, I've got to be very proud of that one. We managed Curse. We were a little bit in disequilibrium for a while. But 749 kills. Holy shit. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button. It helps out a great deal. And of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching. And I'll see you next time.